Hello, welcome to another wiki procedure, and today we are going to look on how you can apply for registration and licensing to practice nursing in Kenya. Down here below we have given you a link which is going to direct you to our wiki procedure page where we have given you detailed information on how we can go about the application process. We've also included external links to websites where you can visit and get more information about nursing in Kenya. And we have also included a select language option on the right hand side of the screen where you can choose the language which you find easy for you to understand. In Kenya you can choose Kiswahili, and what this will do, this is going to translate the wiki procedure website page to Kiswahili, making your experience as comfortable as possible. But for our purposes today, we are going to continue in English. So let's get back to our presentation. And the list of items which are going to cover in this session include the need for nursing registration and nursing practice license, the eligibility, the required documents, steps to follow when making the applications, the fees applicable, the validity period of the practice license, the processing time, the office locations, and contact information, and any other relevant information on how you can apply for registration and licensing to practice nursing in Kenya. So let's move on. And this presentation is brought to you today by wikiprocedure.com. Welcome. The need for nursing registration and nursing practice license. Each nurse practicing in Kenya is required to be registered and licensed with the Nursing Council of Kenya in accordance with the Nurses Act Cap 257 of the laws of Kenya. Registration with the NCK pre-qualifies a nurse to join their labor union, which is known as the Kenya National Union of Nurses. So let's move on. The eligibility is as follows. One needs to have undergone the prescribed course of instruction and has passed the appropriate examinations conducted or prescribed by the Nursing Council of Kenya. Or one needs to have undergone a course of training and passed an examination elsewhere other than Kenya, which the council recognizes as equivalent to the qualification by the examinations required by the Nursing Council of Kenya. One needs to have paid the prescribed enrollment fee, and one needs to be of good character. The required documents: nurses trained in Kenya, they need their national ID or passport, the NCK examination result slip, academic certificates, 2 colored passport photographs. They should have valid professional certificate and evidence of having undergone at least 60 hours of continuous professional development. Nurses trained outside Kenya should present their birth certificate, national identity card, and or a passport, valid practice license, 2 passport size photographs, curriculum vitae, original professional certificates, transcripts, and evidence of having undergone at least 60 hours of continuous professional development. The steps are as follows. First, we need to know that registration and licensing in Kenya is done by the Nursing Council of Kenya, and this is usually after 30 days following the release of the results from their nursing examination. So after taking the nursing examinations administered by the NCK, one is required to apply for entry or re-entry to the Nursing Council of Kenya by taking the nursing licensing examinations, and this application for registration and licensing must be done within 30 days following the release of the results. So the first step is to take the national licensing examinations and obtain their result slip. So after taking the examinations, you're supposed to go to the Nursing Council of Kenya, www.nck.com, their website, and click on the online service portal. Then you can register or log in if you already you've already registered. And after you've logged in, click to examination results, where from there you can download your result slip and print it. You can also get your result slip from your institution of training. You can go old school and get it from your training institution. And after you've gotten your result slip, you can go to the second step, which is now making the application to entry to the Nursing Council of Kenya, and this should be within 30 days of the results. So the application for practice must be completed in full. The application form must be completed in full and presented to the registrar and of the Nursing Council of Kenya through your institution of training. A sample of this application of practice can be downloaded through the following link. We have included it in our wiki procedure page, and let's take a look at how it looks like. But first, you need to know all applications must be accompanied with a copy of your national identity card, ID or passport, and applications must be also be accompanied with the results slip. So even re-entry applications. So let's just take a look on how the application form looks like. So you can download this form by clicking on the documents to use here, and we have included a link which is going to direct you to the application form. So go ahead, download the application form and go through it. The requirements are: you're supposed to attach your professional certificates, your identity card or passport, and 2 passport size photographs. Click on the new application and fill in your details, your date of birth, ID, your addresses, and submit the application to the registrar of the Nursing Council of Kenya through your institution of training, or even you can drop it in person to the Nursing Council of Kenya, Carbonet Road, Nairobi. So after that, make sure you have also paid your appropriate fees, which you're supposed to attach the payment slip to your application form. The application fees are as follows: for nurses trained outside Kenya is 1,000 shillings. For nurses trained inside Kenya is 1,000. Nurses trained outside Kenya is 2,000 shillings or $50, and $50 for non-Kenyans trained outside Kenya. So again, nurses trained inside Kenya is 1,000 shillings. For Kenyan nurses trained outside Kenya, it's 2,000 shillings, and for non-Kenyans who have trained outside Kenya is $50. Okay. So once registration and licensing is completed, you'll be provided with a registration certificate and a nursing practice license. This usually takes a period of 30 days to complete. The applicant will be notified to collect his or her registration certificate and practicing license via text or phone call, and one is required to bring proof of identification when collecting the documents. The other way you can make your application is online, and this can be done through the NCK portal. So go to NCK Nursing Council website and click on the service portal. Let's see how that is done. So once again, you go to the NCK website, that's nckenya.com, and click on the online service portal, which is going to direct you to the next page. Here, if you have already created an account with the NCK online service portal, you can go ahead and sign in, enter your details and sign in, or if you have not, you can go ahead and click on the register. And you remember here, only students who have taken the NCK examinations can register, because you'll be required to provide your index number which you sat with for your examinations, or registered practitioners, which you can now enter your registration number. So make sure you have these numbers ready with you. Students, you're supposed to enter your index number, ID number, and email, and click on register, which is now going to direct you to your online dashboard to continue with your application. And there you're supposed to go and click on the registration and licensing tab, and then click on the application for practice license. After that, you'll be required to fill your work experience, academic qualification, knowledge rules, and other NCK licenses that you may be having. You're also supposed to upload the required documents, which include the nursing, the result slip, your passport photograph, photos, and after that, you're supposed to enter the transaction number which you have paid your application fees, and the transaction number should be is indicated in the bank slip. And you're supposed also to enter the date of payment when you deposit the money in the bank. After that, you click on the submit application and print the application notification. And once registration and licensing is completed, you'll be provided with a registration certificate and a nursing practicing license. And this usually takes a period of 30 days. You'll be notified where to come and collect your application within 30 days through text or email. You're supposed to bring your proof of identification and collecting your certificates. And we also have a procedure of how you can register registration for nurses who have been trained outside Kenya. So the application is in person, and those who wish to be entered into the Nursing Council of Kenya registrar are required to show that they have attained the required competency by Kenyan standards. So applicants may make an application using the TOK registration application form, which can be found in our wiki procedure page, and also on the Nursing Council of Kenya website. And after that, the council will communicate with your training school to evaluate the training you received. So after they have made their evaluation and the council is satisfied that you are qualified, they will invite you for an oral interview by the Registration and Licensing Committee. And after the oral interview, based on the results, you will be invited to sit for a written exam or proceed for a clinical placement to acquaint yourself with the healthcare systems in Kenya, and for a period which will be determined. And upon a successful completion of the required clinical placement, you'll be eligible for registration, and you'll be supposed to go now and do the apply in person, take the steps and make the application through this document, the application for registration document, which is also provided in our wiki procedure page. So the fees are as follows. Application for, we have already mentioned this, for nurses trained in Kenya is 1,000. For Kenyans trained outside Kenya is 2,000. For non-Kenyans is $50. The national examination, national licensing examination fees is 5,000 for basic programs and 7,000 for post-basic specializations. And the accounts you can pay in Cooperative Bank, Kibera branch, or Barclays Bank, Queensway branch. The validity period of the license is 3 years. Processing time totals to 2 months. The location of the NCK, they are at NCK Plaza, Cabernet Lane, Ngong Road, Nairobi, or you can visit them at www.nckenya.com. Other information is that nurses trained outside Kenya wish to enter into the Nursing Registrar of Kenya required to show that they have attained the required competency standard of Kenya. We've already talked about all of these. Maybe we can mention that loss of the practice license must be reported to the council or the nearest police station, and the replacement is 1,000 shillings. So thank you for watching Wiki Procedure. Go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button and like button, and I wish you all the best in the registration of your nursing license. So hit the subscribe and the like button. So all the best. Thank you.